everybody, this is Peztel and welcome to episode 7 of my Minecraft Let's Play. I wanted to tell you guys that I'll be playing Minecraft on the default resource pack from now on. I think it would be better this way to share ideas on how builds could look if I use the default, so from here on out, it'll be the default texture pack. I'm still using Optifine for better visuals like connected textures, but if I do anything more than that, I'll share that with you. Anyways, here it is. I'm excited to finally show you the design for my winery. So firstly, here's the walkway into the cellar. A strong brick pattern, but I had to break it up with a little bit of holes and yeah, a little bit of stair action here and some granite just to rough it up a bit. As you walk down, you get to see a little image of a creeper face, I guess, with the chiseled sandstone. And the same side is basically the same, it's just different places for the textures and the holes. And in the middle here, I wanted to add a design to kind of capture the eye and keep everything centered. And I have a bust of a player head, another player on the server. So I've got a few dedication spots of other players on the server here in the build because I've collected a few resources with help from these people, so I thought it would be like a nice little thank you. I just wanted to dedicate a small part of it to them. Up there we have a wandering trader encased in glass, and that's just an armor stand and a piston pushing glass into that block. My original idea was that there would be a village of wandering traders living in a mansion somewhere up there. So actually these heads, they were wandering traders, but I've moved them to player heads because I thought that it just had a little bit more meaning. And here's the dining area. So it's got the pattern that I've showed you guys last time, with a dark color hooking the eye to the bottom, a strong pattern on the walls, but a brighter color up on the ceiling. For here, I was kind of stuck between maps or eyes looking down. In the center here, we've got a little bit of appetizers to go with the wine. We've got a little bit of berries, some bread, some cheese. We have a few more player heads because these people helped contribute to the build. Over here we have barrels of cactus green wine where they're kind of simulating like empty shelves or barrels that are filled and are ready for export. And we have a few more dedications on these walls. And at the end here we have the control room to control the harvesters that break the plants and collect everything that we farm into the storage room over here. So these levers, each lever is controlling a harvester, so I can choose like which ones I want to farm. So these two are sugarcane. This one is sugarcane, but this is the bamboo one. And if I push this button here, it's going to be a manual harvest. And if I decide to AFK for the night, I do have an etho hopper clock on the side for display. And this torch is locking it for now. But if I were to AFK on this plate, the torch would turn off. It turned back on just now. But it would turn off, the timer would be enabled, and that's basically AFK mode. So I can stand here and continually harvest the bamboo, which could be used as fuel for the furnaces. I just put my stuff in the barrels here for safety. And I can AFK right here. So if I press this button here, let's quickly head up. If we head up, we should see only the, oh, it's nighttime. So if we head up, only one of the sugarcane ones and the bamboo harvester should be active. And there you go. So these two did not activate. That's why the sugarcane is still here. But these two did. I think it's pretty cool. It's not much, but I've always wanted to have just a control room at every single farm to have more detail of how I want the farm to run. I want it to be in a nice build. And this is my hard work. So I got that working fine, and everything will be collected over here. So these two are sugarcane, these two are bamboo, and these two are cactus. And I might change that later, depending on which ones I need more. So while that's working, I did build all of the redstone modules for our furnaces. You can see them here. It's a one-wide tileable design by Ilmango, and I've been having some troubles getting it to work. I've made sure to build everything correctly. Everything's facing the correct direction. All my repeater timers and delays are good and checked for. And I've even tested this in a single player world, but it's unfortunately not working. And I think the reason why is that these droppers are suspect. You can see on the right hand side that there's a state for the dropper called triggered, and it's set to true, although I don't think it should be true all the time. But basically, because the dropper won't go to a state of triggered being false, the state can't update, the droppers don't trigger, the furnace gets stuck in an endless loop of smelting, and it won't actually stop the way it was supposed to. So it's kind of frustrating. I've spent a lot of time just building this thing up. I've tested it in 1.15.2 and it did work, but sometimes it just gets stuck and then it doesn't work. So I won't be able to use this design, and I'll have to tear it down in favor of a new design that'll actually work, which is a bummer. This thing is extremely cool. It's got variable controls for how much XP you want to farm. It automatically stops. Yeah, it's just not working. I'm guessing it worked in 1.14.3, but the server is on 1.15.2, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. Anyway, I'll have to break this down and use a new design for this. It's gonna take a long time, but that's just how it is. So none of these furnaces are actually working as they should be. It'll all come in due time. So I wanted to show you guys something else. This place, the winery, I think it looks pretty good. It's got enough detail. It's never too busy in any one place, I think. If you have any ideas of how to improve this place, let me know in the comments if you have any more suggestions for this place, so we can keep adding and improving it. On the outside, however, where our town should be, oi. Yeah, it's overgrown, there's torches. Yeah, this place needs some work. I've been focusing so much on getting the redstone and the plantations done that I haven't been able to get this part of the build or the town decorated. So I gotta get some city planning done. This whole process, this build of a town, it's gonna take a long time for sure. So we're gonna be spending a few episodes just planning out what to do with it. And the first thing that we need to do is get the area prepped so we have a better idea of what could go where. Which means that thing, the thing that I've been using to store all my materials as I've been working here, that's gotta go. And I've got just the right guys for the job. So I've taken the time to look through all my storage, clean up the place, and I've consolidated a lot of the items I had over there in that storage system. I got 4 alpacas, filled them up with shulkers, thinking like, yeah, this should be enough. I should be able to do this all in one go. That wasn't really the case. I had to take a double trip, although to be fair, the second trip I only used the donkey with a full inventory of shulkers. I've taken them out now, and oh geez, I like using horses and donkeys to get around because I feel more immersed into the land, but I feel like as soon as you dismount them, they just pathfind all the way somewhere else away from you. No. Yeah, it's like kind of like having a toddler with you. As soon as you look away, they're gone. But this is my new storage system. This is my main storage area, and this is my dirt situation right now. It's I think more than I really need, but I can't help it. Dirt is non-renewable, and I could always turn it into coarse dirt, which is always good for terraforming. But yeah, I try to keep as much as I can. I've got smooth stone here. That is renewable, but I don't ever want to let it go. For blocks, I always like to keep them, and ores, I like to keep them. Some useful things, tools, rockets, villager stuff, end stuff, redstone stuff, and other stuff. Typical mob drops. These ones, I just like to keep what I need. Oh, why are there 2 zombie fleshes? Huh. I guess I don't need this one. Yeah, for this stuff, I don't really like to keep a lot because it's pretty easy to get. I keep processed blocks here that aren't in their pure form. And I keep saplings and logs and I guess planks here. And interestingly enough, I've never acquired a jungle sapling. I have jungle logs, but no sapling. But anyway, that is it for me today. Next episode, we will be planning where the city and the mansion will go near our plantations. It's time to finally start beautifying our base and make it look presentable, unlike what it currently is. But again, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.